for the 5th year in a row where you and the whole team at Capital is receiving some hardware and some recognition from General Motors. A couple of folks to introduce to you here. Derek Myers from General Motors, Certified Pre-Owned at MIC. Kevin Connolly from Certified Pre-Owned at MIC. And Glenn Limerick, Western Canadian Zone Manager for General Motors of Canada. And Gordon J, you should recognize. And of course, Bruce, who makes it all happen right here behind me. Capital has had some exceptional performance over the last decade, and certainly since we have moved to this location of 4020 Rochdale Boulevard, we've experienced unprecedented growth both in service and parts, and notably in sales, both new and used. And we're here to recognize the performance of the sales department specifically this morning for being recognized as the #1 new and used retail store in General Motors franchise network across Canada for the 5th time, and also the #1 certified pre-owned dealer in Canada, also for at least the 5th time in a row. And I think Derek and Kevin will speak to some of the specifics momentarily. So, to get to recognition of the team here, I'm going to turn it over to Derek and Kevin.
Thanks, guys. It's a great privilege to be here with all of you today. A number of years ago, when I still considered myself young and fairly smart, I had the privilege of coming into one of my first General Motors meetings here in Regina. I came in with another dealer, and we came from out in the country. We went to the meeting, and following the meeting, the dealer that I came in with needed to go and talk to Bruce. I felt fairly important just for coming along for the ride and being in the room downtown and going to the meeting. Following the meeting, we went to the old location on Albert Street, and of course we went upstairs to Bruce's office. And the other fellow that I came in with and Bruce were going over plans and life and directions and where things were headed. And I remember at one point while they were discussing, and I was trying to sit there and look smart if I happened to be looked at, Bruce inquired what I thought of everything. And I kind of remember being fairly impressed and trying to act a bit nonchalant about it, but still let him know that it seemed like pretty important to big plans. And he looked me in the eye and said, "Someday we're going to be #1. And I said, and I remember being as impressed with his direction at that time as I am impressed with seeing all of you guys having accomplished that goal today. That's something to see, and it's something that I feel that I get to be a part of helping you guys, and also having seen and heard what I did at that time. It's like, again, it's a privilege to be here. One other thing I'd like to say. I run into Dan occasionally at the football stadium a little bit to the south of here. Or I'll bump into Bruce in the hallway while I'm standing around here. And what you guys have accomplished will come up in discussion. And the conversation always turns out the same way, with Dan or Bruce saying, "Well, look at the team we have here." Or are we lucky with who we've assembled to help us do this? The credit always goes back to the feet of you who are earning that and doing the work, and that is great. Every hockey team I've ever played on, the best hockey player in the team usually knew who they were. And when you guys have been the #1 retail sales dealership in all of Canada for 5 of the last 6 years, and far as certified pre-owned goes, the last 4 years in a row you've captured that title. I want you guys to know you're the best team that there is on the ice. So congratulations, you guys have earned it, and you guys deserve it. Thank you. We'll get Bruce and Gordon here.
Much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back home. I was born and raised here in Regina, and it's great to be back and Thanks very much, Bruce and Dan, for the opportunity to be here today. I heard Derek talk a bit about hockey and about teamwork, and as you know, we've just finished the Winter Olympics. Actually, the Paralympics are still on, but the other Olympics are done. And think of how proud we were or are about the fact that our men's and women's hockey team won gold in Vancouver in 2010 and gold in Sochi in 2014. Clearly a phenomenal accomplishment. Well, how much more of an accomplishment is it when you win gold each of the last 4 years, as you have here, when it comes to retail new and certified pre-owned vehicles? A tremendous accomplishment. I would tell you in the Western region there are 175 dealerships, and your ears must be burning, because I can tell you I have an awful lot of dealers who ask me on a month in, month out basis, what are they doing at Capital when they see the numbers that you are producing each month. So on behalf of General Motors of Canada, thank you very much for one more year being the gold medal winner. Thanks very much. There we go. That doesn't matter. Well, you're in the middle. You're in the middle. I'll put you in the middle. Let's put the boss in the middle.
Well, thank you, Glenn. I don't know what really to add to the remarks that have already been made. It's just a tribute to you folks in this dealership, what you've achieved in the last number of years. Both the new and used, it's incredible. And of course we wouldn't have the same success in our sales department if we didn't have a strong mechanical department and parts department. It really is a group effort, and I think everybody here, as a matter of fact, why don't you just address your neighbor, shake their hand, and thank them for what they do in your department. Would you do that, please? It's a heck of a... Okay, guys, that's enough. I said shake a hand, no hugs. In any case, I think we should all be so proud of the people we work with. What you've achieved is absolutely outstanding. Thank you, General Motors, for coming and paying attention to our day. And Glenn's right. I think you're recognized in the automotive world for achieving outstanding performance in all areas of the business. It's an intricate business. It takes an incredible amount of effort, training, financial commitment, but you folks have achieved all of that. And for me, it's really proud to come and work with you guys every day. You're a good crew, it's lots of fun, and you're kicking some ass, and thank you for all of that. Let's have some pizza.